Did you know that 70% of lottery winners go broke within a few years? Meanwhile, the truly rich, the ones who stay wealthy for generations, are playing a completely different game. See, making money is one thing, keeping it, that's a whole different battle. And trust me, the wealthy do not want you knowing these secrets. But today, we're breaking that code of silence. Here's exactly how the rich keep their money, while everyone else loses it. And before we dive in, if you're serious about building wealth, make sure to subscribe. We're dropping money secrets the rich don't want you to know, every single week. Wealth is about control, not just cash flow. Let me ask you something. If you stopped working today, how long could you survive? For most people, the answer is weeks, maybe months. For the wealthy, forever. Because most people trade time for money. They work, they get paid, they stop working, the money stops too. But the rich? They don't just earn money. They control assets. They own rental properties that pay them every month. They own stocks that deposit cash in their accounts while they sleep. They own businesses where other people do the work. Meanwhile, the middle class? They get a raise and what do? Upgrade the car, move into a bigger house, spend more. But the wealthy? They buy more assets, things that keep paying them back. The secret? They don't just have income. They own the source of income. Think about it. If you lost your job today, what happens? For most, the money stops. The stress begins. The panic sets in. But the rich? Their money never stops because they own the machine that prints it. So, here's the real question. Are you working for money, or is money working for you? The rich live below their means, even when they don't have to. Ever notice how the real rich aren't out here flexing Gucci belts and Lambos every day? Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, still lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958. Mark Zuckerberg, worth over $100 billion, rotates the same gray t-shirt every day like it's a school uniform. Meanwhile, a guy making $50,000 a year is out here leasing a BMW he can't afford, swiping his credit card for bottle service. Why? Because wealth isn't about what you wear or drive. It's about what you keep. The secret? The wealthy don't spend just because they can. They let their money work first, then buy luxuries later. The middle class buys liabilities that make them look rich. The rich buy assets that actually make them rich. By the time they do buy luxuries, they don't need to think twice, because their investments are paying for it. So, next time you see someone flexing wealth, ask yourself, are they actually rich or just really good at pretending? They use debt, but not like you think. Most people hear the word debt and think stress, late payments, and drowning in bills. But the rich, they love debt because they use it differently. The average person swipes their credit card for a vacation they can't afford. The wealthy? They take out loans to buy assets that make them money. Example: a regular person finances a brand new car, and now they're stuck with payments for 5 years. A rich person? They take out a loan to buy real estate. The rent covers the loan, and in a few years, they own the property without using their own money. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket. Good debt puts money into your pocket. The wealthy don't avoid debt. They control it. They use it as a tool to multiply their wealth while everyone else drowns in it. So, next time you hear debt, ask yourself, is it making you money or costing you your future? They protect their money like it's a military operation. You win the lottery. What's the first thing you do? Tell everyone? That's exactly what the rich don't do. They hide their wealth using trusts, LLCs, and offshore accounts. Their money is protected, legally shielded, and untouchable from lawsuits. Meanwhile, the average person? One lawsuit, one divorce, one bad financial move, and everything is gone. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 99% of people when it comes to understanding wealth. But here's the deal. Most people don't know these next secrets. So before we dive in, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed. All right, let's keep going. Here's the biggest difference between rich families and everyone else. The poor pass down struggle. The middle class pass down hard work. The rich, they pass down knowledge. Because here's the truth. If you give someone $1 million but no financial wisdom, they'll be broke in a year. But if you teach them how to think like the wealthy, they'll make millions, even if they start with nothing. That's why wealthy families talk about money at the dinner table. They don't just leave an inheritance, they leave a blueprint. They teach their kids about assets versus liabilities. They explain how money grows, how debt works, and why investing beats saving. They don't just pass down wealth, they pass down the mindset to keep it. Because in the end, money runs out. But knowledge, that lasts for generations. So the question is, are you building generational wealth or just a temporary bank balance? They play the tax game better than anyone. You think billionaires don't pay taxes because they're lucky? Nope. They know how to use loopholes, tax write-offs, and investment strategies to keep more of their money. The average person earns a paycheck, gets taxed first, and spends what's left. The rich? They set up businesses, take deductions, and invest. So they pay taxes last. A regular employee earns $100,000 and loses 30 to 40% to taxes. A wealthy investor earns $100,000 from real estate, but writes off depreciation, mortgage interest, and expenses, paying little to nothing. Same money, different rules. The poor pay taxes on what they earn. The rich pay taxes on what's left, after they invest, reinvest, and deduct. That's not tax evasion, it's tax strategy. And until you learn the rules of the game, you'll always be paying full price while they get discounts. So, the real question is, are you working harder for money or making the system work for you? The final secret? Here's what truly keeps the rich, rich. They never stop learning about money. They don't just get lucky. They study finance, investing, business, and taxes every day. They protect their wealth, grow it, and find new ways to multiply it, even when they sleep. The secret? The rich know that wealth isn't about making money once, it's about making money forever. And how do they do that? By constantly improving their financial knowledge, staying ahead of the game. They don't let their money sit idle, they make sure it works harder than they do. So ask yourself, are you learning about money or just spending it? Now that you know their secrets, what's your next move? Drop a comment below with which secret surprised you the most. And if you want more financial wisdom, make sure you're subscribed. We're just getting started. See you in the next one. If you're struggling too much to secure your future, watch the video linked in the description. It could change the way you think about money forever.